Record. Hi guys, welcome to our team call tonight. I'm so excited to have you guys on and hanging out with us tonight. So tonight's team call, we have a lot of good content. I'm very excited about it. But first, let's go over a couple quick announcements that we have for the team tonight. So first things first, let's talk Super Saturday. It's coming up. It's a month away. So if you are not registered for Super Saturday yet in your area, please make sure that you do that. In your Coach Online office, you can actually figure out where Super Saturdays are that are local to you. If you're a new coach on this call tonight, Super Saturdays are Beachbody's corporate quarterly event where we kind of all meet and get together face to face and hear what all the new stuff is going on with Beachbody and just kind of have a nice, I like to consider it like a fellowship where we get together and actually hang out because we're so internet based. So I love Super Saturday for that reason. I want to just give a shout out to the Maryland group. We are not going to do an individual team Super Saturday, but I am going to put a ton of love and support into the Maryland Super Saturday event. It is going to be on October 30th at 1 p.m. And there's going to be John and Nadia Melton are going to be the special guests for that, and they run some really awesome social media online leadership academy stuff, which I've been doing, and I'm really excited that Maryland Market Council was able to get them as the guest speakers. So that's the event that I'm going to go to, and I'm going to promote to my downline and my personally sponsored, and I would love for you, if you're local to Maryland, to join me for that event. Also, a big shout out to our guest speaker tonight, Allison, who is going to be a guest speaker at her first big Super Saturday, which is super exciting. That's in, is it Broward County? Is that what it's?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like that's fantastic. So if you're anywhere near that county in Florida, go support our girl Allison. That is fantastic. That's so exciting. Very cool. So Super Saturday, very important. Make sure to put it on your calendar. It's the weekend of October 29th and 30th. So get that on your calendar. Be there. It'll be fun. Also, this Sunday, if you're local to Maryland, we have our Success Club brunch. It's always the first Sunday of the month, and we celebrate success. Maybe you didn't hit Success Club. Maybe you did. Regardless, come hang out with the team, have some mimosas, celebrate success and the fun in this business. This is our fun job, so we like to really enjoy that time together. 11 o'clock at the main cup on Sunday. I'm going to make a post about it in the team page tomorrow so I can start getting a head count for that, so we can get a table reserved. And last but not least in this quick announcement section is new team shirts. They're done. They're so cool. I'm going to show them to you right now because I was going to wait and just be like, oh, I'll post them in the team page, but I got to screen share and show these babies to you. So we're going sweatshirts because it's fall and we need something warm. We're still going to have the tank top option too. But this is a fleece sweatshirt, fleece on the inside, super cute and warm on the outside. And the front of it is just going to be basic, simple, with Coach on the front. But the back is what I'm the most excited about. This saying I found a couple weeks ago, and I've kind of put it in my daily mantras. And it says, I woke up this morning and realized I don't have what it takes to sit back and be average. And of course, across the bottom, it has Healthy for Life on it. It is, I feel like that is, we don't have what it takes to sit back and be average on this team. We are awesome. So I love this. It's super cute. We're going to do it in a sweatshirt like this, a fleece sweatshirt, a regular sweatshirt that doesn't necessarily have fleece on the inside. And then we're also going to have a tank version as well. And that's also a little sneak peek. You're actually going to be able to order them online when we release them. So that is super exciting. The price point for those sweatshirts is going to be like 20 bucks because we're taking out a middleman, which is going to be fantastic. And you can also have it shipped directly to you for whatever the shipping cost is going to be, or you can have it shipped to me and I can hand deliver it, or you can come steal it off my front porch, which a lot of people do when we get shipments in. So whatever works, but those are going to be up, and we're going to try to get that site launched this week. And then we're also, the shirt that I have on, the Just Call Me Coach ones that you guys have seen that have programs on the back, which, yes, that's the same shirt I was wearing at 4 o'clock this morning. These shirts we're going to launch again with this order too. So if you didn't get one of those Just Call Me Coach shirts and you really wanted one, lucky day, that's going to be added into the store. And all of these are going to come in all different colors and shapes and sizes too. And we have the male version of every one of these also. So very exciting. We haven't done a team shirt order in a long time, and I really love these not having what it takes to sit back and be average shirts. So that's what's going on with that. Other quick announcements. Big shout out to Caitlin, who got a new house. Very exciting. That's cool. We celebrate that. Big shout out to Michelle, who I don't think is on this call because she's busy celebrating her birthday, and that's very exciting. Happy birthday, Michelle. Somebody tell her we shouted her out tonight. I also want to give a shout out to Diane LaFrance, and she's not on this call right now, but we will be sure to, I will share this with her. Diane is somebody who's been in this business longer than just about every coach here, other than me. She was one of my first coaches, and she has been kind of like on the business, then off the business, then on the business again, like a lot of us. And over the past few weeks, I've been active in her team page, and she has gone live every single day of this month in her team page and trained on something or taught her team something or shared something that they needed to hear or just gave them a little dose of motivation. She does it half the time when she's out like on her stroller walks and like you see her, she's like literally like living on the side of the road while like cars are driving by, and she's just like telling you whatever comes to her mind. And I just got to give her a shout out because she's staying consistent in this business, and her team is seeing it, and her team is getting really excited about it. So that is awesome, and I just wanted to give her a little bit of love and recognition on this call too. So those are my shout outs. I wanted to, lastly, before we jump into Allison, who's just so patiently waiting over there, I want to give a shout out to a couple coaches that added coaches on our team over the last 10 days. So Lisa, Nadine, Janelle, Caitlin, Lisa W, Jackie M, Heather, Tina, Karen, Allison, Kimberly, Emily, Linda, and Donna all added coaches within the last 10 days. So way to go, guys. That is so exciting. Make sure that you're getting those new coaches started right. If you didn't listen to my call from the Fit Family Network last night about how to start getting coaches started right again, please go back and listen to that call. I posted that link in the team page. But it's awesome when you get to bring somebody new and exciting, and you know, it's like fresh blood. They're so excited and they have so much energy. And for all of us that have been around a while, it's exciting to add somebody new to the business, right? Because it kind of relights your fire, kind of gets you excited again. So congratulations to those coaches who have brought new coaches into the business. Also, in regards to new coaches in the business, there's something new that's getting ready to launch. Anyone that's on our leadership team in this group has already seen it. I showed them this week. Beachbody is launching a, you guys are going to have to help me that have seen this. It's 30 days, 30 hours, and 30 minutes. I think that's what it is. Yes, I'm pretty sure. So when you're a new coach, Beachbody has a new training that kind of tells you how to break down the first 30 days, what to do in the first 30 hours, and what to do in 30 minutes in your business. So it's going to help with some time management and helping you guys get new coaches started right. I think it's going to release, it's either this week or next week. It's coming. I think it's October. But
October 10th.
October 10th. Thank you. We got a kind of sneak preview of the welcome video that coaches are going to get now. And it's a really cool system that Beachbody's put together by listening to top coaches talk about what top coaches are doing when they onboard new people, and they've created a great training for it to make our life even easier. So that's coming down the pike. You'll see that soon. So when you add new coaches, they won't fall through the cracks as long as you follow up and you follow this new procedure. So that's what I have for you guys. On this call tonight, we have a special guest speaker. Allison Reveiz is one of my favorite people because of all the stories that she has told me in the past about not wanting to grow a business. And her and I are going to have that story for the rest of our life. Caitlin was a part of it because I love when coaches that just join this business for the discount or that just join this business because they like the products really take this, run with it, and get to see their full potential, and it changes their life and their family's life. And Allison is one of those just living proof people that this has the potential to do anything in your life that you want it to do if you show up every day and you stay consistent. So Allison's going to jump on the call tonight and give you some great information about challenge groups. And Allison is out of her comfort zone a teeny tiny bit tonight because she is actually what's supposed to be our guest speaker next week. And I asked her, hey, you know what? I actually need you to speak this week. And I asked her that yesterday. And she's like, oh my God, okay, I'll do it. So pushed out of her comfort zone and still here after a busy, busy schedule to talk to you guys tonight and add value to your life. So without further ado, Allison, I'm going to let you take it over.
Thank you. Hey guys, I am super excited, and it feels really weird for me to say that because I remember my first call or first couple of calls, and I just made a post about it. I would literally work myself up to a nervous wreck, and I would like lose sleep over talking on these calls. But today I'm super excited because I'm actually going to talk about something that is just what I feel is the heart and soul about my passion in being a coach. So being able to share that with you guys today is super exciting. And when Jenna did ask me yesterday to get this, I totally said, I think you're testing me right now, because I really did have like a nuts crazy day. And I literally just walked in the door from volleyball. But I did get my slides done because thinking ahead that next week was going to be my call, I really wanted to show and share some examples with you of some of my postings that I do with my group. So I threw some slides together. So I'm going to share my screen. Let me know if you guys can see my screen. I see, who do I see, Jenna? Okay, I see you. Okay, challenge groups, how to create and keep the spark going. That's what I'm going to be talking about. So really in our challenge groups, we provide different recipes, different meal planning things. We show support, motivation, and accountability. But that can be pretty dry at times. And you can end up with not so fun groups, and you can end up with some great groups. And it's not always your fault. So the main idea of a challenge group, number one, is to get our challengers results. And I think in order to get the results, one of the things you need to do is keep things engaging so they want to show up every day. But at the same time, I want you to think about where the times you feel like you're so engaging and you're so fun and you don't know what's going on and you have crickets. Because a lot of times we get frustrated with the crickets. But I'm here to tell you, I was a cricket. My very first challenge group, I read the posts, I saw what was going on, but I barely checked in. And I kind of think that's crazy because I was in a group with family. I mean, Caitlin is my family, and I was comfortable with her, but I wasn't comfortable with posting in a group, even though I was told it was private. It was way out of my comfort zone. Yeah, go figure now. I'm like all over Facebook. But I also was very challenged when it came to technology. Caitlin had, I'll never forget this challenge for us to do a 1-minute plank and post our video of it. I could not figure out for the life of me how to video myself doing a plank and then post it. So I did take a picture of myself doing a plank and I posted it and I shared it with her. But I was a cricket. So keep things going, whether or not you have crickets or not, because people are watching. But what I encourage you to do with your crickets and with all of your challengers is to follow up with them on a weekly basis and check in with them and just ask how they're doing, ask if there's anything that's missing from the group, what they like from the group, and just get their feedback. The overall goal, yes, is to get results. But next, I believe, is to get our challengers to fall in love, not only with Shakeology, not only with exercise, clean eating, but with what we do as coaches, because we're trying to duplicate the process, pay things forward. We're trying to get our challengers to then become coaches because they want to pay it forward, because they're so happy with not only their results, but what the experience that you're giving them. So posting, provide value, motivation, accountability, encouragement, recognition, and above all, I think you need to create a safe environment and let your challengers know that they're not alone. And here we are, or here I am 2 years later, which I'm going to go into my next slide in a minute about how to do that. But I think just reassuring that as a coach, you were once a beginner and you know what it feels like, and just keep reassuring them that everyone is a beginner, so they can't compare their beginning to, sometimes we have challengers. I know I have challengers in my groups who have repeated and they're on their second, third, fourth, fifth round of a program, and they're still awesome challengers. And I love those challengers because they're providing others with motivation and encouragement. But to stop that comparison, and most importantly, give challengers support, whether it is in the group setting, or if they are like MIA crickets, you are following up with them through private messaging, text, whatever their preferred method, calling them. Challenge group, what is it? It is a place filled with motivation, inspiration, love, knowledge, and all the support to reach your goals. Again, keeping in mind that the end result is to get results. That's what we want to do, and have a fun and exciting time while we're doing it. How? Be a challenger. One of the vital behaviors of being a coach is a product of the product. And I know for me, this holds me accountable. This challenge tracker app, I will admit that this is the first time I'm really using it with this health bet. And at first I wasn't a fan of it. Now I'm loving it. I love that I get to click a little button and post that I got my workout in. I love that I get to post another button and share my Shakeology. But I'm not always doing the same program as my challengers, but I'm always exercising, and I'm always sharing my clean eating, my recipes, and I'm sharing my why, because that is so important. During prep week, and I'm going to go on to my next slide to talk about this too, but prep week, it's so important to find and finalize and figure out and connect with your challengers' why. So when you do see them MIA, then you can pull them back in by reminding them of their why. And I let them know what my why is. And my why forever and always will be my kids. And for me, exercise is actually a little bit more difficult than eating clean. Eat like you love yourself. And another thing that I think is so important in your challenge group is to promote a well-being, not so much just, eating clean all the time and exercise, but that this is a lifestyle. This is not a diet. This is not just a quick fix. This is a lifestyle. And the better you treat yourself from the inside, the better you feel on the outside. It's an entire whole living experience. And I really, really, from day one, bring that into my challenge groups. So how do I keep that spark alive? A lot of different ways. I set daily goals, and this really depends on my challengers. During that prep week, during my, connecting and getting to know them, figure out their strengths, their weaknesses, and if there's someone that has, that needs a lot of motivation, needs a lot of accountability, I will set a daily goal for them, and I'll check in with them. I'm a hand holder, and I will check in with people daily if that's what they need me to do, because I want to get results. From day one, like Jenna said, when I started wanting to do this, my goal is to help people, and I keep that foremost in my mind. So if I need to check in with someone daily, then that's what I do. But if I can give them a little bit more leeway, then we'll set a weekly goal, and we will revisit those goals at the end of that week. Something I think that's really important is the consistency. I post around the same time every day, which is usually first thing in the morning. That allows me to get my post in, go about my day, my mom activities, and then I check into that group, whatever group that I'm running, at least 2 to 3 times a day. And I don't only just like their posts, but I comment on their posts. I add value. And if there's something that they're posting that I feel needs, a sidebar, I will message them, and I'll either, give them that recognition. I will talk about something if I see that they need a little bit more extra encouragement, that I don't need to call them out in front of everyone on the group. But I definitely think it's important that you don't just post and run and don't check in until the next day. I know Occasionally, if I have something going on, I will do Hootsuite, which I know a lot of coaches do. Me personally, I don't plan my posts. They're all about how I'm feeling and how I feel my challenges are and what my challengers need, what they're struggling with, what they need more of. So I definitely just, unless I have something at like 6 o'clock in the morning, which isn't very often, I post what I'm feeling on that day. I also ask them at the end of the day for them to rate their day, because I think it's good for them to learn to reflect on the day, to think about what they did well, to think about where they could use improvement. And a lot of times I use fun emojis. I'll do the scale 1 to 10, or I'll say thumbs up, thumbs down. Or, sometimes I'll do, give me the muscle, or I don't know, give me the poop sign. Something like that, just to make it fun and engaging, and I think that they really like that. Sometimes we play tag, and this was actually given to me from one of my coaches. Krista told me about this, and every now and then it works. Sometimes it's not so great, but something like water tag. So you have your selfie, and then you say tag someone else. It's just to get encouragement. It's just to get engaging things going on. The other thing I do is, and I do this differently, I don't do this for every challenge group because it's done. I used to post like once a day. I would do post, you get 1 point for sharing your shake, or 1 for doing this, or 2 points for doing that. But then I have some people like that would go to work really early. I had some nurses during this time, and they would be at work at 5, and I would post at 6, so then they would miss it. So what I ended up eventually doing is creating either a 21-day, depending on the group, or a 30-day posting guide. And I would pin it to the top of my group, which I'm going to show you some examples of that. And then I would have a point system attached to that schedule. So usually it was, you get 1 point if you post in the group, and then 2 points if you post, or 3 points, 1 point if you post in the group, and 3 points if you post in the group and you tag me outside of, on your public profile, whatever it was for the day. And that is getting them kind of in the habit of what we're doing as a coach. So when it does come time to talk to them, if they are doing it, they're already rocking it. So it's a lot easier to approach them with our opportunity. I do prizes. Sometimes I'll do weekly prizes depending on the participation, or sometimes I will just have a surprise prize day. If I see that the momentum is kind of going down. I'm sure a lot of you have awesome week 1s, and then weeks 2 kind of plateaus, and then week 3 you're like, where did you go? So I think by week 2 it's fun to do one of those surprise days to get some encouragement going. And as far as prizes, what do I give? I have this bin that I keep, and I have everything from notebooks that are, $1 to things that I got at Summit, these little wristbands, size socks. Whenever Beachbody has their like semi-annual sale or whatever they do, I always buy like tons and tons of hip hop abs, because it's a program. And when you say, oh, whoever, gets a prize, gets a program at the end, this is an awesome program to give. I also do like 10-minute trainer when we get these little performance things. So I just keep a stash, and also all those free DVDs that come with the programs if I have doubles of. So again, they're nothing like crazy. A lot of meal planning, AC Moore has dollar calendars, and because I focus so much on nutrition, I love giving everyone like a meal planning guide. So those are some of my prizes. And then the last, not last, but what else I do is I ask for input and tips, whether I ask in the group or whether I ask privately. When you're asking for input, just like when you post, what color nails do you like, or what outfit do you like better, it's engaging, and people want to check A, B, or C, or they want to give you their opinion. They want to talk to you. So asking for input and tips, I think, really helps. And then last, see by engagement what posts work the best, and do more of that type of post. For me, it seems to be recipes, sweet treats, and I just keep kind of a gauge. Like I said before, I post what I feel is going on in the group. I don't schedule all of my posts. So seeing what engagement's working helps a lot. Here are examples of my photo of the day that I share at the top. So this one is just a 21-day group. And this is where I said you would get 1 point for posting a sweaty selfie in the group. And then you get 3 points if you post a sweaty selfie on your Facebook page and tag me. And then here's just, it's just everything that we're doing. And then here, this is a 30-day group. I didn't come up with this one. You can actually find so many if you just Google posting a photo of the day challenges or challenge photos. Here is another one, and I can share these in Healthy for Life. Here's another one that I found. This is just a daily assignment, and what you need to do is, it's just like Motivation Monday, Tasty Tuesday, Workout Wednesday, Theme Thursday. So you'll post the theme of the day, Shakeology Saturday, and Meal Prep Sunday. So then the next week you would do the same thing, and then it says at the bottom, a prize will be given to the top participant. I keep a weekly, and I just use a piece of paper. I write all my challengers, and I just make columns. And every time they post, I give them a check mark for whatever column they are, and they tally it up at the end of the week. Here's another example. This one's a little bit blurry. I'm not sure why, but they get 2 points for posting a daily workout and a daily hydration. So you have the potential on this. This is a lot of math that you got to add up a lot if everyone's participating. But again, I just have my columns and I just check things off. So if this is a lot of posts actually on their part too. So I would only use this if I have a group that's really posting a lot, because if not, they're going to look at this and just scroll right by it and not even do anything. And then here's just a bi-weekly system if you're running a longer group. So post at least once per day. But honestly, I think the most important thing is, to just keep things fun and really feel what your challengers need and ask them if they're happy. I wanted to share this with you guys. So I actually asked my challenge group right before getting on this call today. Let's see, let me log in. I'm getting into the challenge tracker app. So let me go to my post. I asked them how what they thought of a challenge group. I said, feedback, please. I'm speaking on my team call tonight. What's your favorite part of being in a challenge group, and what's your least favorite? The accountability, this is Elizabeth said, accountability is my most favorite part along with the encouragement. My least favorite is on the days when there are crickets. So even challengers don't like crickets. Another challenger says, my favorite is the inspiration, encouragement, and support. Least favorite is when I haven't done my best or skipped and I feel like a failure compared to the other achievements. But I know it's not going to compare. So of course, side note, I messaged her about reminding her not to compare. And then another challenger said she likes the challenges of doing something regularly, but if you miss, it's okay. Everyone just encourages you to keep going. Encouragement, motivation. So if you can get that, many people telling you what they like about the group, I say it is an awesome job. And what you do need to keep in mind is you're not going to be able to, some people will spend the money and they'll join your group and they're ready to go, but they really aren't ready. And there's nothing you can do about those people except to continue to check in with them. If they fall off the wagon and a year later you're still talking with them and you try and bring them back, maybe that program wasn't for them. We have lots of programs. We offer like 4 different programs a year, which is awesome because not every program is for everyone. So I have a call to action for you guys, and I think this will be great for our team to have a little collection of photo of the day posts to use in whatever group we are. So my call to action for you guys is to create your own photo of the day post and share it in the comments for Healthy for Life. So we can add them, maybe I can start a files or Jenna can start a files tab. I don't know if it works with images. So that way we can all share these photo of the days and keep things encouraging and fun for our challengers. So I'm going to stop screen share and see if you guys have any questions. Stop share. But again, just the ultimate goal is to want people to duplicate what we do. We want them to fall in love with not just drinking Shakeology, not just exercising, but the whole entire process of paying it forward. And that's exactly what happened to me. And that's why I love what I do, because every day I get to share my journey with inspiring others to pay it forward, even though I was a cricket. So that's what I got for you guys.
That's awesome, Allison. Does anyone have any questions about challenge groups or anything that you see that's working really well that you'd like to add, or any concerns or anything like that? You guys are all muted, so if you do, just feel free to unmute yourself. Wow, all right. That's always a good sign, Allison.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, that was so much great information. So keep in mind that you have to actually run challenge groups to have success in them. So if you aren't running a challenge group, guys, it's time. Put it on the calendar, make it happen. Start with a free group if you want. That's not as intimidating sometimes, and it helps you gain some good traction. Allison had some great tips tonight, and we'll take those slides and make sure we get those uploaded into Healthy for Life. So I know there was a couple of you like furiously taking notes, I noticed. So we'll make sure we get those slides posted in the team page. And then what we'll do is we'll create an album, of an actual photo album in the group to do photo of the day for your call to action, because I don't think you can do it in the files section.
Okay. All right. So I will start the photo by adding what I have.
That sounds perfect. Awesome. Thank you so much, Allison, for sharing your evening with us, even in your busy, crazy life. We appreciate you, and thank you guys so much for jumping on tonight. I hope you got some great, valuable content, and you can use that in your business the minute you get off this call. I hope you guys have a great night, and I'll see you back here next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Have a great night, guys. See ya.